Hi guys, I'm LaShonda, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're not, welcome back, dolls. Today's video is going to be a video on how I highlight and contour. So it's going to be a full foundation highlighting and contouring routine. So if you guys want to see how I do that, let's jump right into it. First, I like to moisturize my skin. So I'm going to moisturize my skin with this Garnier Clearly Brighter Moisturizer. And I've already done my brows off film to save us some time. So then I'm going to go ahead and prime my skin. And when I'm priming my skin, and you guys, if I sound a little funny, I've been kind of under the weather lately, but this video is for you guys, and I'm here to make sure you guys learn how to highlight and contour. So I'm going to first be using my Cover FX Mattifying Primer because I'm super oily, like I said, so I need something to keep me from being too greasy. And I'm just going to go in with this NARS Radiant Enhancing. It really makes you look radiant, like it says, so I'm not going to use much of it. Any primer of your choice will do. This is just what I'm going to be using today. Blend out all darkness that I have, so I'm going to be using my LA Girl concealer in the shade Warm Sand and my LA Girl orange corrector. I'm going to mix both of these together because this orange corrector can be a little too orangey, and sometimes it makes my foundation really orangey. So I kind of go over it with the Warm Sand, just kind of bring it down a bit so everything blends quite nicely. And Warm Sand kind of has this little orange tint to it, a very subtle like salmon look. So that's why I picked this one to use this one. Ever since I've been mixing these two together, I've love. I have not picked up my MAC Peach Luster Pen since I started doing this. One thing I like about these LA Girl concealers to do this with, it's a concealer, so once it sets, it really sets and it don't budge like once you put your foundation on top of it, like some of the other orange correctors that I have. I notice I'll put it on, and then as soon as I start applying my foundation, it starts to rub off. But this, let it sit for a few minutes and it's put. I know I look crazy, right? I like to prime my face with a little of this Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Complex Primer Spray. This is optional, you don't have to do it. I just think it helps my foundation glide more smoothly on my brush. And then for foundation today, I'm going to be taking my Born This Way foundation by Too Faced on my Morphe 439 brush, and I'm also going to use my M.A.C Fix Plus to just kind of dampen that a little bit, make my brush a little bit moist. LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. And my beauty blender is already dampened with a little bit of water. It just helps everything like really like melt into the skin when it's damp versus it being dry. And I'm just gonna blot that in place on my chin. There is no specific direction on which way to go. I just like to start with my chin first. Then I'm going to take my foundation brush and blend out those little edges to make everything look more seamless. And the reason why I go in this order, you know, chin, nose, forehead, then under eyes, is because I have already picked up like product on my sponge, and I don't really want to put a whole lot of product on my forehead, nose, or chin. I kind of like to have most of the product underneath my eyes. I know, it looks crazy now. It's gonna look perfect in the end. And I am going to be using my Sacha Buttercup, and I'm gonna take my Morphe 438 brush, and I'm just gonna like tap that inside of there and tap it off. I'm gonna make sure there is no fine lines underneath my eyes, so because just by me looking down and up, you know, I have little fine lines. You probably can't see them on film, but make sure you always go back in before you set it with the powder, because once you set it, it's locked in place. You cannot go back. So I'm going to take my sponge and I'm going to just look up, blend that all out, make sure there is no little line, and then I'm going to set that in place with my Sacha Buttercup. And I don't really use a whole lot of product. A lot of people like to really bake and like put a whole lot of the product on their face, but to me that's kind of just pointless. And I feel like I'm wasting product when I don't need it. I don't like to bake because if I let it sit too long, it just makes me look ghostly or makes me look dead almost. I like to look skin-like. You know, once I spray it with my sprays, I like everything to look like skin, not like makeup. And I love this brush to set my highlight with, because it's like tapered and it's kind of angled, and it just helps kind of get like right in the corner of your eyes, right up underneath. So I love this brush to do my setting my powder with. I know some people like to put their concealer on and then they'll go in if they're going to use cream contouring and before they set it with the powder, but I like to do it kind of backwards. I like to go ahead and set the powder first. I mean, set the concealers with my powders first, because it already starts to crease, it starts to set, and once it's set, you really can't blend it back out. So I just, to avoid all that hard work, I just like to go ahead and set it, and then I'll go in with my contour. Today we're going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal and Beautiful Bronze. I used to use this all the time, but now that I'm looking at it, it don't even look that dark. Look, I can't even really see it. I guess since I've been going so dramatic lately, now this isn't good enough anymore. But I used to love to contour with this. So I'm just going to take my Damp Beauty blender again. I'm just going to use that other side of it, and I'm going to just kind of blend that all in. I swear I don't see anything. Taking my Morphe 402 brush, Makeup Geek. I want to say this is Half-Hearted. Yeah, Half-Hearted. Okay, so now I'm just going to take one of these Real Technique brushes. It just kind of has like a little round edge, and I'm just going to use Conceal it lightly, not even picking up a lot of product. And I'm just going to kind of start from where my brow starts at, and I'm just going to kind of drag that down to the tip of my nose. And set that concealer we placed on earlier. And blend that out with my brush. Now, this would be like if I was just, you know, wanted to keep it, you know, naturally simple. But if you want that chiseled, highlighted cheekbone, like, you know, you can take your concealer and go right up underneath here to make it a little bit more sharper. But I don't like to use concealer because it just, sometimes it has a little bit of flashback in there for some reason. It seems like I never blend it out. So what I like to do is I like to go in with my translucent powder and just kind of make a little line there and let it set for a moment, and that'll also give me my chiseled look. Take my Mercier setting powder, and I'm just going to take this Real Techniques brush and I'm going to dab that in there, and I'm just going to go under where my contour starts. That's the only thing I would let sit and bake, only because it really gives you that sharp cheekbone look, and then I'll go back to it. And then after I'm done highlighting and contouring everything, my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in the shade Dark. And you can just take any old fluff brush, dab that in there, tap that off, and I'm just gonna place this all over my face. This is gonna help everything look really, really skin-like. and that's how I highlight and contour. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it was helpful, please thumbs it up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will catch all of you dolls in my next video. Bye guys.